Hello, this is Cuckoo. How are you? All of you humans out there. Hope you're good. Well, take a look at this. These are my two vinyls that I put out. Why I'm showing these? Because in order to play vinyls, you need a record player, such as this. This is Korg Handytraxx Play, a record player that is very portable. You can run on batteries, you can run it on the power bank, it's got plenty of inputs and outputs, and there's even like a DJ filter on it. There's a looper, and it's more than just a record player. I would like to show it to you, but first, hello, this is Cuckoo. This is the Korg Handytraxx Play. All right, I want to show you how it works. So let's go. All right, so here we go. This is obviously not an endorsed collaboration or something like that, but I thought like this would be fun, like a Cuckoo times Korg Handytraxx Play edition. Right, so let's explore this together, shall we? It's not super cheap, but it's not expensive. It has some novelty features, but it also has parts that are more on the cheaper side. All in all, I think it's super fun, and it made me happy starting operating this. So that's why I'm bringing it under the camera, because I only do that with stuff that I actually enjoy using. I enjoy this very much, actually, even though some parts are on the cheaper side. All right, so here we go. Lid is off. By the way, the lid, a little bit on the cheaper side. We can see this very simple mechanism for locking, and also very tiny little pegs sticking out here to fix it in place. I wouldn't rely heavily on this staying in place. If you put it in a suitcase or something like that, I would probably put a strap around it just to be on the safe side. And this turns around like so. So here we go. This a little mat here. We can see this. I sometimes still keep this on when I scratch because it's kind of sliding a bit more, but it probably should go off, and this is slidey enough to use. Here we go. A little, oh, this is tough. There we go. You know, if you have a single smaller album with the bigger type of hole. I'm going to turn it around first just to show you here. So on the side here we've got two grills. It looks like stereo speaker, but it isn't. Only speaker on the left side, and it doesn't sound very loud or anything, but it is there. It's kind of nice. And on the right side is probably just more for ventilation and symmetrical design. So we turn it around on the side here. Fader reverse, which is a way to take this fader and mirror the functionality basically. Then we've got headphones output volume. Then we've got here something says direct or master. If it's in direct, you will hear the vinyl only. It's coming straight here. If you take it to master, you hear what comes out here. And then we've got cartridge, ceramic or MM. I'm not an expert on this, but as I understand it, that's ceramic that comes with it, and the cartridge is this little package here, the needle and everything there. And also this whole arm is very lightweight, so it can skip a little bit if you have a very bass heavy, sudden bass thumping things that are mastered, maybe a bit on the boomy side. That can cause it to skip a little bit. Most of the time it's fine, but I have encountered some albums that skip a little bit too much. And then we've got the RCA outputs here, master output, and then speakers on or off, which is nice, and then auxiliary in for mixing in an external source, which could be nice. Could be another record player or a phone or something. And then we got DC 5V USB-C port, which is nice, and then on and off. We can also see the compartment for batteries. Right, record player, filter, looper, mixer between record and loop, and then we've got pitch, the record speed, and a delay effect. And this is a little 3-state fader that has one state here for only hearing the loop, one state here for hearing both the loop and the album, and this state for only hearing the album. So yeah, so what does it sound like? First things first, let's just listen to an album, shall we? This is my album, my latest album. I'm very proud of it. It's the best album that I've ever done. So let's see here. Side A. The vinyl starts spinning automatically, so let's listen to it. Master volume. Let's go. Normally, an album spins at 33 RPM, revolutions per minute. If I were to change this now to 45, it's faster, and some singles are spinning at 45. And this is probably more old school, like 78, which maybe before my time, that was the thing. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I think it sounds good. This is a filter. If I press type, it will alternate between 3 different filters and a 4th slot that is unlit. That means there's no filter. So first filter, green. Let's listen to it. So high pass with resonance, low pass with resonance. The other one, orange, high pass, no resonance, low pass, no resonance. The third one, red, automation, which is super fun. And then unlit. Alright, this is typically what you hear. The building up before a drop, and then bringing it back. Yeah. Alright. So that's what it sounds like. I think it sounds good, but the needle and the cartridge here is a little bit on the cheaper side, and it is very lightweight. And I think maybe this is a spring mounted kind of counterweight. There is not a real counterweight, so that all makes it a little bit skitty. It can jump if there is like sudden bass heavy, sudden bass boosts suddenly. On my album, I don't think I've heard any of those skipping, maybe once or twice here and there, but on some other albums which have maybe louder masters or very heavy on the bass, sub kick drums and stuff like that, it can jump around a little bit. And that's where this other type of cartridge comes in, I think, to maybe save the day a little bit. So this is the ceramic cartridge, and you can solder on an cartridge, but I don't know anything of this, so it's hard for me to judge whether or not it makes a difference. For the most part, it sounds good and it doesn't skip, but once in a while on some particular albums it does skip a little bit, and that's a bit unfortunate. Let's just try the speaker and see what it sounds like. So as you can hear, the speaker is nothing to write home about. I'm going to turn it off now and never turn it on again, unless I need to just check something. It's good that it's there so you can just check, but also putting a speaker inside of an enclosure that is housing a very, very sensitive needle, the more full the sound, the more vibration is going to transfer into the needle. So having a good speaker in a record player is in itself not a good idea because of the vibrations. All right, so let's head over to the looper, shall we? Let's loop. I just pressed rec. I'm gonna press play. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now we're hearing both the loop and the vinyl at the same time. I did a fairly good loop, but they will start drifting. It's not perfect, because here they're starting drifting. This fader, if it's in this position, you will only hear the loop. If it's here, we'll hear both loop and the vinyl. If it's on this side, you only hear the vinyl. But in the middle, we can also make use of the mixer. Only loop, fade in the album, fade out the loop. So this can fade in and out. This is hard. It's either or. One, loop only, loop and vinyl, only vinyl. So now that we're only hearing the loop, I can lift this and it will still loop. So what can I do with the loop? Can I still use the filter? Oh yes, I can. Yeah. Can I use the delay? Let's try it. I'm gonna press on. Yeah. One thing I want to show with the delay, now it's flashing red. On means you're sending into the delay. Off means you're not sending into the delay anymore. On and off doesn't mean you turn on and off the delay. It means you're turning on send. So this is the master volume of the delay. But if you just feed it for a little bit and then turn off the delay, that means it will still ring out. So let's listen to the loop again here. I'm going to press on and then off again. And then I'm going to press stop here. And that's really cool. Then you can make a little accent here and there. Let's see. And then use this as mixer. And also, if you time it really well, you can capture a loop, change the album to another song while you're playing the loop, and then end with a little burst, like so, and then start a new track. You can make like really cool transitions that way. So let's try and do that. I'm gonna put this in the middle so I can hear both the album and the looper, and I'm gonna play this loop. Well, I'm gonna find the second song here. I'm just gonna find it. Let's see. So around this place, I'm gonna stop by just gently holding it there. So there we have it. It starts there. I'm gonna give it a little head start. So, and play the loop. I'm gonna send it into the delay and stop it. 1, 2, 3, and send. Yeah, how about that? That was a kind of nice transition. And I pressed off again so I didn't keep sending into the delay. So I'm gonna try it again, make a little transition. On, stop, off. Yeah, how about that? Yeah, that's pretty nice. But in order to dial in a place where you want to start, for instance, you don't want the audience to listen to you searching for a place, and that's where the headphones output comes in. I'm going to take my headphones and plug them in here into the headphones output. Now what I hear through the headphones is only the vinyl. Regardless of what I'm doing, I'm hearing just the vinyl. So even if I mute it like so, I can listen to the vinyl. Now you hear it. Now you don't hear it, but I still hear it. And if I was playing a loop, you're hearing it, but I'm not hearing it here because I'm going straight to the headphones. I could listen to it though if I flick the little switch that lets me hear the master. Like now I hear exactly what you're hearing. I'm mirroring the main output. But if I flick it back, I only hear the vinyl. This way I can plan ahead. I can start searching now for a spot where I want to mix it. Like for instance, so over here somewhere. So now I know exactly where the beginning is. So now you can hear it as well. Now only I can hear it. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And I could do the same thing, but preparing for it without letting the audience or the people listening hear what I'm preparing. Yeah? Cool? That is very cool. So we've got the filter, we've got the looper, and clearing the looper by pressing and holding the stop button. Now the loop is empty. So we've seen this big album. This is a 12-inch album. It's a full size, and you can see this little plate here is not full size. This is probably like 7-inch or something like that. So if you want to scratch and explore how to scratch, I'd say don't do it on a big album because it doesn't have support outside of the plate. If you press here and then make the needle skip a little bit. So that is something you need to try to avoid, skipping needles. So what I want to show you now is this album here. This is so much fun. So check this out. This is an album called, let's say, Scratch Lords, and Scratch Lords Path of Least Resistance. It's a vinyl, 7-inch vinyl made to be scratchable. This is scratch materials. It's designed solely for the purpose of scratching. So let's see what we have here. I'm gonna put this one on and listen to it. So let's see.
It's the fucking Scratch Lords! Where did they come up with that fucking name?
Yeah. Listen here.
Mad noise, making mad noise. Cut it, be cut.
Yeah. So this is an album created solely for providing you with scratch material.
Yeah, get raw. Yeah.
Yeah. And scratching is an expression you might have heard in early hip hop, but it's still an active scene. Scratching is an art form of its own. Where I'm typically on the more technical side of things, when rehearsing, it's very technical. It is muscle memory, and you need to be dexterous with fingers as well. But scratching on a vinyl is a whole physical experience. It's a physical medium, and you need to be super precise and just agile and very sensitive and quick as well. So I'm just a beginner. I can't really scratch at all. So this is like a first experience for me. And this is part of why I'm loving this so much. It's inspiring me to try these techniques that I've never tried before. So I want to explain this a little bit and how this is used by scratchers. Again, I'm a beginner, I'm not a scratcher, but this is used for isolating when you hear scratching and muting it. It's a mute switch. So audio, mute. Hear it, mute. Scratching, mute. And that could be used both to create some sort of rhythm. Let's try that.
Get raw, yeah. Get raw, yeah. Get raw, yeah. Raw, yeah.
So this becomes the VCA, the envelope, where I kind of mute and unmute in a rhythmical fashion, where my other hand takes care of the pitch.
Yeah, get raw. Whoa, 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 whoa.
And together,
Yeah.
and this requires a lot of coordination between right and left hand, and both of the hands need to be very nimble, very, very sensitive. It's not like something chunky. No, everything needs to be super, super, like the fingertip feeling to this. This has no resistance. It has some resistance, but it's so sensitive. If you've seen scratchers use a DJ fader like this, they're not grabbing it and sliding it like so, like I'm doing now, because the human instinct, if you grab something from one side and your thumb is involved, the thumb wants to push it. You want to push it from both sides so you can grab it. That's a human instinct. But in order to do what DJs do, they're kind of using these fingers to kind of quickly tap it, while using the thumb just as a counter rubber band. And this is really difficult. You need to kind of train your brain not to grab it, but just to hold one thumb there as a counterweight. And this, I can't do it, but if I focus a little bit, I can do it a little bit. So let's try it. So the thumb is not doing muscle work. It's just being a damper, a suspension. So I could do rhythms with both my right hand and my left hand, and this is tricking my brain. It needs a lot of practice.
Like this, y'all. Yeah.
So one thing you could do with this is to open it, make your scratching, close it, rewind, open. And once you start getting the hang of it, you're developing a very tight coordination between right and left hand, which I don't have yet. But this is inspiring me to actually practice, because it's so rewarding once you kind of hit the sweet spots. And another thing you could do here is to use the looper.
Yeah.
Okay. Recording. Play. Yeah. And we can use the delay as well. Okay, let's try it again.
Every record I be cutting. Every record I be cutting.
Yeah. So this is a bunch of fun for me. Is it perfect? No. Is it high quality? Yes and no. The cartridge, maybe not the highest quality. It has a tendency to skip a little bit if the record is very, very bass and sub heavy. This is not very sub heavy, so this album is fine. I think maybe I've heard like one or two places where it tends to skip a little bit, whereas more of something like this, which is more of a house vibe. Let's see. We can hear those skips there. it is much louder than my album. That means it's mastered louder and pressed louder. And when it's so loud, such as this album, which it's a good master, a good mix, but that is kind of stretching it for this cartridge. And I would be very, very pleased to see someone try an cartridge instead of a ceramic one included, and see if that is more stable when it comes to these bass heavy ones. But this track here, it's also kind of bass heavy, but it doesn't skip. So it's not like the highest quality in the book, but it's inspiring me so much to learn how to scratch and to learn how to kind of DJ a little bit on a much simpler. It's like a gateway to exploring DJing and scratching, and having these effects here and kind of this mixer here, mixing here, and having these tools available is just pure inspiration for me. I haven't had any record player that is so playful as this one. So I think Korg did a really, really good job when it comes to taking this collaboration and then putting their spin on it with these effects on the side here. I think they did a really good job. What remains to be seen is if it actually enhances the quality even further to put an cartridge on it, and see if that will make it skip less when it comes to these very loudly mastered bass heavy tracks. But in any case, I'm super hyped about this. This is so much fun, and what I would have loved, actually I contacted Korg about it, and I kind of initiated a little conversation about making a little bundle, a Cuckoo bundle. But I'm not a businessman, so these tours kind of, I don't know, they trailed off a little bit and I didn't follow up properly. But imagine like a proper Cuckoo limited edition where you can buy the album and the Handytraxx play in one bundle. It would be so much fun to do that. But I'm not a businessman, so I couldn't pull stuff like this off. But what you can do, if you really want to support me, if you like the stuff I do, you can get the album. I'm very proud of this. It's a Digiton album, and it sounds wonderful, I think. Good mastering, and the vinyl turned out great. And you can also buy this, well, not this decorated one, but you can buy it through my affiliate links in the description below if you still want to buy it. And if you're interested in also supporting me while also getting this stuff. So thank you everyone for actually purchasing stuff through my affiliate links. That makes a difference, but what mostly makes the biggest difference for me is all of you supporting me over at Patreon. Thank you so much for that. If you don't know, Patreon is a place to support independent creators and artists such as myself and others, and we are so thankful for your support, and that means we can also be motivated and keep afloat and create more content for you to enjoy. So that's it for today. Support my Patreon if you want. There's also plenty of sample packs and stuff for all my patrons if you didn't know that. And yeah, hope to see you soon. It's September right now, and later this, in a couple of weeks, I'm heading over to Denmark to play a little gig at the music animation festival. Gonna play stuff like this, and I'll bring the album. So anyone coming to Viborg, see you there. Also, later this month, I'm going to Bristol again, to Makina Bristronica. I had such a lovely time there last year. And I was in Bristronica in Bristol last year, and it was so much fun, and it was a lovely festival, and I'm going there this year again. Yeah, so I'm going there this year again, and hope to see you. There's no gig in Bristolonica in Bristol, but I'll be there. I'll be talking to everyone who comes up, says hi, and I'll be covering all the stuff that's coming up in Bristol. All right. See you soon. Peace. Let's do this. Yeah, something like that. All right, see you in the next video, and peace out, everyone.